Alright, thank you for joining us. Welcome back to the Assassin's Creed Brotherhood Totally Professional Playthrough. I am Casual Scribe, and I am joined today again by Lorshak. What's up, Lorshak?
Ever wondered, like, in zombie movies, how do the people who are infected know that they crave human flesh unless they've tasted it before?
That marks the end of our series right there. I know, but that's gonna mess with me for a while. Why would you do that, Lorshak?
This is not the first podcast I've used that quote on.
That's... I need a minute here. That's gonna mess with me.
Shower thoughts with Lorshak.
Need a jingle for that. Need to have that set up as an actual show. Oh, would they? Maybe it's just like the taste, or the smell of people, because you deal with that pretty often if you go to Walmart,
If you go to Walmart.
And I'm just wondering, maybe, weird as it is, maybe that's what it is. Maybe zombies like the spice of human stank. That is.
What is Walmart meat in terms of like zombie edibility? Like what would the equivalent to that be?
Picture just like, I feel like everyone's got that one fast food restaurant that is no longer in business because of health concerns. Picture that place as meat, Like we had that it was like a Chi-Chi's something. It was a taco place that shut down because like multiple people died from the meat.
Oh, I didn't know it was that bad.
I don't know if it's that bad or not. I was like 2 when this happened, but
it is in my headcanon.
The origins for dead restaurants. Gotta give them a full backstory. Sort of like how I've given Long John Silver's the backstory that it's only still open because it is a front for the Illuminati or something. Like,
yeah.
There is no other explanation. Anyways.
It's like a Soylent Green situation.
Soylent Green, what's that from?
That's the movie where, like, I think it's aliens set up this restaurant on Earth, and like it's the most delicious thing anybody has ever eaten, and everybody like is eating it and loves it. But then, like, spoilers, the big twist is that, and this is a joke, like this is kind of a meme spoiler, so it's not even that big of one. But Soylent Green is made of people.
See, I feel like I've heard of that before, but I can't place where.
It's one of those, like, it's referenced by a bunch of different stuff. Like, the show, if you've ever seen the show Leverage, there's an episode of that just offhandedly makes a reference to it.
Right.
So, like, it could be from any number of media. I think there's an entire Teen Titans episode that parodies it.
I think I do remember that. Is that the one where Cyborg works at a meat restaurant?
No, it was Beast Boy.
Oh.
Because the joke was Beast Boy's a vegetarian.
Right, obviously.
And he was only working there so he could afford a moped.
Right. Because obviously being a superhero, you don't have the money for a moped.
Yeah, when your leader is Robin, surrogate son of Batman.
Literally keeps bragging about his high polymer cape that is stronger than steel but still a fabric. Right. But you can't pay for a frickin' moped. What mall cops use. I guess they use Segways, but you get the point.
Yeah.
Anyways, shall we get started before we let this conversation go on a bit too long?
Yeah, absolutely.
Alrighty. I think I gotta find Machiavelli some... Apparently not that way.
Oh no. No.
I'm done dealing with these people. I'm not even gonna let it get started.
Day Ezio snapped.
Like the night Santa went crazy, but about a guy that already murders people regularly.
Yeah.
Gotta get our Weird Al into there.
That is probably, in terms of his non-parody songs, that's up there.
I think that might have been the first one I heard of Weird Al Yankovic. I think that the night Santa went crazy, I heard when I was maybe 7 or 8, whenever YouTube was still in its infancy. and that was one of the first songs I heard. And there were so many badly made fan animatics of it. Fan animation. I think there was like a World of Warcraft one, and
Oh, what?
there was like claymation ones. It was weird, dude. Baby YouTube was a weird place.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like I don't even remember that much about baby YouTube. Like I wasn't on it. I only started really spending a lot of time on YouTube when like Minecraft YouTubers started first really surging.
Oh, I was there before that. I was there before that. Oh, there we go. Our favorite, very sexy man.
Did you liberate your money from our friend?
I did.
A small victory.
They add up, and in time with work, we'll have a few dozen more.
And in time, Cesare's gaze will return to us, and we'll be broken again. Now, where is my contact, Vinicio? He should
The Eye
have
of
already
Sauron?
intercepted the letter. Follow me.
I could almost guarantee they wouldn't even touch an Eye of Sauron thing until the last 2 games. As we'll have one now.
Yeah. Well, but that would be in a World War I game, cause like that was when Tolkien was serving.
Hypothetically, yes.
So yeah, they could work Lord of the Rings content into a World War I Assassin's game.
Okay. If we're really stretching in theory, they could. I mean, at this point, they have kind of just thrown away all pretense and said, we're just going to do what we want, and we'll find a convoluted way to explain it in the lore.
Aren't Excalibur and Mjolnir unlockable weapons in Valhalla?
Yeah, and they still twist that those are Isu tools. But you throw in a fictional universe from a guy from World War I era. That's a whole new level of just giving zero shits at that point.
Tolkien gets his hands on one of the pieces of Eden, and it grants him views into prehistory, and so they imply Middle Earth is actually just the world before the human revolution. Boom.
Lorshak, I appreciate your love for crossovers, but this is one I would not want. The closest you can get to an Assassin's Creed Lord of the Rings crossover is going to be the Shadow of Mordor franchise.
Yeah.
He was attempting to steal official Vatican mail.
Perdonatemi, signore. You must be mistaken.
Who are you working for, ladro?
I am working for no one.
Then no one will care what we do to you.
That's you?
Don't worry, I will save you once I figure out these controls. Oh, there we go. Oh, okay.
Kill the innocent.
I'm not doing it again. I'll let them do it.
Come get me. Bring it on.
Grazie.
Where is it?
The courier still has the letter.
Ezio, stop him!
And he watched the whole thing go down.
Just kind of there.
You're freaking stupid. You deserve what's about to happen to you, my good sir.
Dude, you're not even... This is honestly kind of sad.
This is what it would look like if the person was like, if he was like
pretending
to run away. Like,
yeah.
I very much could hear him going like, oh no, I do hope no strapping Italian men tackle me. That would just be the worst.
Yeah, I could see him like posing in a very awkward position.
Yeah.
Rorschach? Read it! Okay.
38, 456, 35, no, 95, 38, 78, 65, 78, wait.
You gotta keep up! You gotta keep up, Rorschach! P.S. Mom wants you to bring a pie home.
But that's also coded.
Okay, you're just... I'm sorry.
Oh no.
Anyways.
Depose into heaven.
Oh boy, Ezio received new emails.
Machiavelli, some Nigerian prince wants me to donate It's a good sum of money to him so that he can return home.
See, part of me want because obviously the fact of emails not being invented, I feel like they might fall for it. But it's also Machiavelli, so I don't know if that would like level it out almost, like even it out.
Like would Machiavelli
Be wise enough to already sniff out the bullshit without the internet
that-
existing. What the? Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna regret that one.
Okay.
How did that work out for you?
Yeah. What did you learn?
No, I'm trying to have a lesson. I didn't say you could fall asleep. Guards are so sexy. Okay, all joking aside, look at like how ornate this armor is for just regular guards.
Yeah.
Like these Borgia,
yeah.
they do not skimp on on adornment here.
Well, are they?
Like if you showed up at a Renaissance festival with that kind of armor, they'd all call you a tryhard.
Yeah. Like, in terms of like the wealthy families of history, where would the Borgia rank? Like, they've got to be pretty high, right? Oh, wait.
I mean, yeah, they for one, there's 2 Netflix shows about them now, I think. But I mean, they gained they're a Spanish family first of all. But I mean, they rivaled like the Medici for a while. Like, I don't think they ever had quite the same network of people. I think they did die out not long after Rodrigo and Cesare. But for a while, they were obviously massively strong. If they could secure the papacy for not even, I think there might have been another Borgia Pope after. I think there was a Borgia saint at one point.
Oh no.
Well, it's early Catholic Church. Well, Renaissance Catholic Church. There's a lot of oh no's in there. Anyways, good job.
The southernmost of the 7 hills of Rome, Esquilino was another fashionable residential district. In a demonstration of humility and graciousness, Nero confiscated property here to build his opulent golden house, which was, to put it mildly, excessive.
Gotta love Nero. He was a good guy. A really good fiddle player.
Really good at barbecue.
Oh yeah. He was the first guy to invent like fire and light effects for a concert. Yep. First use of fireworks. Yep. By that I mean, setting Rome on fire and playing during it.
Oh, okay. See, I was under the impression that fireworks were invented by a peacock in China.
See, I don't know about the actual origins of fireworks. I just wanted to say, yeah, he literally burned down a portion of Rome and stood over it playing his fiddle.
Oh yeah, no, that part I get. Which, it's really funny, an early Doctor Who arc implies that the Doctor inspired him to do that.
I think they... Wait, like in the reboot of Doctor Who?
No, in the original, like, this was a William Hartnell arc.
Oh, wow.
This was like the first Doctor.
What did they do? The Doctor just came in, this place would have... This is nice, but it'd be nice if you had more space to, build a massive complex.
No, I think it was, if I remember the episode right, Nero was, like, confronting the Doctor and, like, getting really mad at him, and the Doctor, like, was trying to get out of the room and accidentally knocked a candle over, and it, like, burned one of his blankets, and Nero got, like, inspired by that.
Oh.
Something like that. Yeah, not like he directly came up to Nero and said, "Hey, my dear boy, you should set fire to your city."
So the Doctor didn't just have one random bout of just complete sociopath behavior.
Well, it was the first Doctor, so, like, the first Doctor was actually, like, the early Doctors, I think before, like, 3 or 4, were kind of dicks. They were not cool people.
Well, that's changed, I guess. Then again, the show's it's so much in the drain now, I don't even know anymore.
Yeah. Oh crap! It's the tyranny of King Washington already. Oh, CBR. It is amazing to me how many like article publishers and like groups just absolutely suck.
I'm worried about asking.
They must have come
So have
from
you
in
heard
here.
of CBR?
Which one are they?
It's like comic. Hang on, wait. Yeah, it's just CBR.com.
Okay.
They do like articles and stuff based on different media and everything, and just they are awful.
Okay.
I just read this one. The headline is "The Punisher is no Daredevil, and there's no place for him in the MCU."
Oh.
Yeah, first blurb. With Daredevil born again, a beloved character retakes his place in the MCU. Another Netflix-era character, the Punisher, deserves no such place.
Is it because of violence or something?
I'm not even going to credit the rest of this article by reading the rest of it. I don't care. That is such a fundamentally terrible statement.
Yeah, that's like you have hot takes and then you have that.
And then you have just blatant, like I think
It's just a
that must be
clickbait. I feel
one-
like yeah, it's just
Yeah, that one must be written entirely just to get reactions like the one I just gave, like just to get angry.
Ugh, Lorshak, you just gave them publicity.
Oh crap! No.
I gotta strike this episode now.
And oh, the Mary Sue. This one's another terrible one.
Oh no.
But again, this one's less on them and more just it's Neil Patrick Harris says Nkuti Gatwa will be the first gay doctor in Doctor Who. No, he won't. First of all, the Doctor has never fully been. Yes, the Doctor has had hetero relationships, but he's never specifically been hetero. Also, why is Neil Patrick Harris saying this?
That's a good point. I never knew him to be much of a Doctor Who fan.
Well, he's gonna be in the 60th anniversary.
Is he?
Yes, he is. I think he's gonna be. He's playing the villain.
Oh.
I have no idea who that villain is. I'm anticipating he's either gonna be like the Master or like Rassilon or something.
At this point, they should sit the Master down for a while till they have a clue what they're doing.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm hoping it's more like Rassilon or like the Ronnie from the older show.
Or a new one, but you know, like a good one.
Yeah. I don't know. For an anniversary, I feel like it would be a legacy villain.
I guess.
Because I mean, with the when they did the 50th anniversary, that was the first episode since the show's revamp that the Zygons had ever been in.
Right.
So they used it as a way to elevate like an early villain that people may not have known about.
Okay.
So that's purely my basis for assuming it will be like a previous villain.
Now, will this be Russell T Davies at this point, or is it?
I believe so. Yes.
It's not going to be Chibnall.
No, it will not be. No, it won't be Chibnall. Oh lord, I'd be so terrified because like I know they've confirmed that Tennant's going to be in it. I'm pretty sure Smith will be there as well.
Have you seen him in the his costume for House of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Like, whoa. We thought Henry Cavill looked weird when he had like white hair.
Yeah, really. Have you seen him in Morbius?
I've seen bits of it, but I've...
One of the movies of all time.
Yeah.
First ever earner of $1 more billion.
Has Jared Leto said anything about Morbius's popularity?
I know he did a video on one of his social media things holding a fake script for the sequel, which was titled Morbius 2, It's Morbin Time.
So he is at least playing self-aware to the
I think
the
he's
jokes now.
trying to.
He's usually the kind of
Whether-
Sorry.
Go ahead. No. I was just gonna say he seems like the type of person that like would pretend to get the joke,
Yeah,
but be completely tone deaf to what it actually is the point.
he strikes me as someone who was really expecting this to be like a serious film, and is not happy about this reality, but at the same point is being told by everyone that needs to talk to
play
him.
along.
Yeah, it would be career suicide to not go with the joke at this point. People are still angry at you for Suicide Squad.
Yeah. If you listen to some of the interviews that he gave, like before the movie really came out, you're exactly right. He really saw this as a serious.
It strikes me as Vin Diesel expecting Fast and Furious to be Oscar worthy.
Did he? Is that just an example, or has he said stuff about?
I think he did say that, like one of the more recent ones should have won the Oscar.
The space one? Please tell me.
I have no idea. I know so little about the Fast and Furious movies.
Oh, they went to space.
Of course.
They literally went to space.
In space.
I saw the creators of the Jurassic World franchise said they were completely up for a Fast and Furious crossover. And I'm like, yes, do it, please.
I mean,
please do it.
That about sums up the current film industry.
I want to see the scene where they're all in the cars driving, running away from the Raptors. Chris Pratt looks out, recognizes Blue, tells them to stop the car, jumps out, does the hand thing. Dom pulls a gun out, and Chris is like, no, you can't shoot her. And he's like, that thing killed like a whole bunch of people. Why shouldn't we kill it? Because it's my family. And then a single tear falls down to the side of Vin Diesel's
You know what,
face.
man? You really spoke to me there.
Yeah.
That hits me here. Points to heart. And here.
That's all it takes.
That's my Vin Diesel voice. It doesn't sound like Vin Diesel. I'm not able to try that one.
That's fine. The best Vin Diesel impression I can do is, I am Groot.
I am Groot.
I am Groot.
That wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all.
I love that like he's still technically voicing the character even as like Baby Groot.
Is he?
Where so much voice. He's still credited in the movies.
Oh.
Like I think he was credited in Love and Thunder.
Huh. And see, with Vin Diesel, for some reason, I feel like he is like one mental breakdown away from becoming Steven Seagal. I don't know why. He just strikes me as that. Like, that might just be me.
I don't know. I've not seen enough of like any of his like. Yeah, I'm not a. Oh my.
That's a trope I hate when they kill their minion.
Yeah.
Did
Wait, these guys are dressed. Did this guy just simultaneously do the trait of killing his minion and kicking the dog?
No, they're just dressed as dogs.
Yeah, but I mean, for furries, it's the same.
Better be careful, Rorschach. We don't want to piss off the furries.
Oh, what are they gonna do? Pounce on us and nuzzle us?
There's gonna be a disclaimer at the bottom. There's gonna be a disclaimer at the end of this video. No one heard of from Casual Scribe or Rorschach ever again. All that was found was a blue paw print. The best part about it is that's implying that it was Blue's Clues that just did us in.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
Did I just go backwards? Oh no, I think I'm in the right place. But
the views expressed in the following video do not represent the views of the entire Casual Scribe brand. Any views about furries expressed by Rorschach are all views about the furry community expressed by Rorschach are those of Rorschach and Rorschach alone.
Dude, that's gonna be twisted to make for like I actually like furries. You shouldn't have brought them up. Oh god. Oh god, we got targets on our backs now. We're gonna be hunted by very, very strange people.
Are they gonna be like the reverse poachers. Animals hunting the humans.
It's like PETA's Armed Forces. Alrighty. So we're not going to talk about the fact that just these guys just chill down here wearing wolf heads and stuff, and they just kind of stick around Roman ruins. Like, is that not weird?
I mean,
I guess you
okay.
need a hobby, but
I'm not saying it's not weird, but I'm also not saying that if I had the opportunity to do so, I wouldn't.
you're saying if you had the chance to wear a wolf skin and chill in Roman ruins with lots of dead bodies, you'd go for it?
Well, maybe not the dead bodies, but I mean...
I don't know, I feel like it's you can't separate them
Tell me.
together.
Tell me if you had the opportunity to play a D&D game in this setting with that aesthetic, you wouldn't do it.
Okay. Yeah. That being said, usually in D&D games, you don't physically have to sit next to dead bodies. Where is the way up? Where's it right there? I literally right there. It's just in. Lorshak's a moron. Okay, no, he's not, because that's not it.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait,
I'm
here
not
it
the
is.
one playing.
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about?
I forgot my
Lord
name.
Shaxamora?
I forgot my name there.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but in this instance, I don't think it's me you're talking about.
Yep. No, that was me forgetting my moniker. Okay, that's still not working. How do I? Oh my gosh, is this it? Ah! World's best assassin, right here. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
What makes this worse is I was actually doing pretty well up to this point.
Yeah.
What
It's
the?
all falling apart.
I'm gonna just stay down here. Look at the fire.
That's it. You win. I am resigned to my fate.
Okay. We are making progress here, gentlemen. That I mean, Lorshak. Who obviously, by default, I just feel like insulting sometimes. Like, when I go on autopilot, I just insult Lorshak. Bitch.
Yeah.
You know, if that had fallen the other way, that would have ended this series very quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love, sometimes like, if I'm bored, I'll put on like a video game, like set piece, just watch it and be like, that would have killed them. That would have killed them.
So when you, like, Uncharted especially,
Oh, absolutely.
like, you should be so dead right now. That car just crashed with you in it and it went off a cliff. And exploded.
You're trapped under a Jeep that's currently leaking gas and is on fire. You're not getting out of this, my friend.
No. And he makes a lot of jokes about tetanus, but you never see him with tetanus. It's like, no, there's a reason that you bring that up. You'd have it.
Perfect.
I feel like
Held up if I fall.
I feel like Nathan Drake is like the top. He's like, he has like some kind of subscription or membership at a pharmacy. That, like, every time he goes anywhere,
Like,
he just runs in and goes like, "Give me every shot."
Yep. Honestly, probably. Like, they know him by name. They've got probably like
Yeah, really.
a whole corner dedicated to him with like shelves full of medications for all the different diseases he gets just from going to remote locations.
he like knows every staff member by name.
Yeah, when I first got this job, I never thought I'd have to deal with bullet wounds, but now it's a daily thing. One guy.
I think after he and Elena settled down in between 3 and 4, they got worried, like they'd be calling it, like, he finally bit it. Because he stopped coming in.
As soon as they had their kid, as soon as they had Cassie, they're gonna be like, oh no, another one. Oh no.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I guess we're gonna have a lot of business, but I'm doing this one.
Oh.
Unless you want, I was gonna take some of them.
No, go for it. If you got a better... I don't know what
I
voice I
leave
would
my
do. So
family's armor here, one of the finest sets ever made. May you who finds it receive strength in battle. Change of handwriting. I have taken it and sent it back. Behind an iron door. 6 keys and locket spread amongst our brothers. It shall be said to come from Romulus, and they will worship it. Zoom to see him is data.
Like that's written. Zoom to see the image data.
That's a very accurate Roman accent. Both of them. Obviously.
Okay.
Obviously, yes. You said okay like you believe me, yes.
I don't know.
I was doing the most
you know-
HBO, BBC
Yeah.
voice as possible for like the Marcus Brutus writing. And the most Peaky Blinders possible for the rest of it.
Tomatoes.
Yeah, I wouldn't eat those. Oh wow.
Yeah. Well, why do you get these? What purpose in game do these serve?
I don't know. Like, I know you got like there's random trade goods in this one that you can use to upgrade stuff, but tomatoes are pretty clearly not gonna do much there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this
yeah,
done. I'm gonna get this game 50% synchronized the whole way through.
Rub it in my eye. Rub it in my eye, game.
In my eye.
Okay.
The followers of Romulus. This band of false pagans has been terrorizing the city for months and driving the people into the arms of the church.
Quite
bastards.
convenient.
Exactly. I believe the Borgia are supporting them, but proof remains scarce. That is why the letter is so important.
Here it is. I hope you can break a cipher.
Cazzo, another encryption. This one was supposed to be legible. They are transmitting them using a code sheet. Without it, we have nothing.
Sometimes logic is not the only way to win a war. Andiamo. You said we had allies in the city. Bring me to them.
Follow me.
That was a really awkward walk, Machiavelli.
We recently began traveling
Not
through
even
the tunnel
anything, I guess.
but many of the entrances in the city are broken. By using them, we can get to our destination rapidly without encountering resistance.
Oh great, I get to share a tunnel with you. Yay. 30 minutes for the awkward.
Oh. Alright, Ezio, clench your butt and walk in. What the heck was that?
That was me not sure what button to press.
Okay. I just hear. Like, are you hacking the Pentagon at the same time as you're playing? This?
Yes, I'm in.
Ben trovato, Nicolò. Ah, Ser Ezio. A pleasure. Fabio Orsini, at your service. I've heard a great deal about you from my cousin, Bartolomeo d'Alviano.
A fine warrior.
Fabio has lent us an unused storeroom on Isola Tiberina.
I know you were used to better accommodations in Toscana.
It is perfect.
Bene. Then I am off to begin preparations for Romagna. Today, Cesare commands my men, but soon, I hope we will be free.
Now I propose we begin planning our assault on the Borgia.
Oh, you think we are ready for such an attack?
See,
Do you know, for instance, where the Borgia troops took Caterina Sforza?
what?
Are you also unaware that the Borgia have captured the Apple of Eden?
How could we have lost the apple?
So, you do
What do you
not know
think?
what goes on with our enemies.
They
We at
attacked
least
the
have
villa.
ground here to work with.
They killed Mario.
Our mercenaries are
know you
ensnared
didn't
in
know
losing
who had it
battle with
specifically,
Cesare's
but,
French
like-
allies. We have girls working for us in a brothel, frequented by cardinals and other important Romans. But the madam there is lazy, and would rather attend parties than further our cause.
What about the city's thieves? Do they have a guild?
See, but they refuse to talk to us. I don't know why. What are you going to do?
Make some friends.
They refused to talk to us. I don't know why. All I did was walk into their place of residence, go into their kitchens, and insult their staff.
That sounds like a D&D reference right there.
It was. I mean, it also works as an in-universe joke, but like it was a reference to our campaign.
Roma in ruins. The fighter, the lover, Eve. I feel like if your name's Fabio, you're required to have like long hair and a white shirt, you know? Throwing that out there.
Most impressive. That is to clear the guard.
I credit the game for not having a Bruce Almighty moon.
It's still pretty big.
It's still
but
big.
It's not like the Arkham games moon.
It's not like the Arkham games where you look up and wonder how the tide is still normal.
Yeah.
Come on, you can do it. I believe in you.
Apparently not. That's Ezio's fear of heights right there. You only go a certain height, and then once he gets to that line, no.
No. That's how I was as a kid on climbing walls.
Once you got to a certain point, you would just stop.
Once they got to a certain point, I just froze. Yeah, I've never been good with heights, but as a kid especially, it just, yeah.
I've never really had a problem with heights like that. Like, I was able to do like high rope courses when I was a Boy Scout. And doing rock walls were always pretty decent. Granted, I was significantly thinner back then. But, never had problems with them, really. The dark, though, that messed with me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the dark either. I mean it depends on the environment now.
Yeah. Like, if you're in Gettysburg, you're not sleeping, but if you're in, just, like, home in the dark.
Sure.
I gotta invest in some more local businesses. Gotta get that change coming in. That bread blowing through.
What? Okay, yeah. Which ones have you? Okay, the doctor. All right. What was the one you just did?
The bank.
Bank. Oh.
I have ground mollusk and fox root decoction here.
Wait. What did he say about Coxon there?
I think it was concoctions or something like that.
I'm pretty sure he said Cox.
Well, he might have. I mean, that was a word for rooster back then only, you know?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's family friendly. Please
Sure
don't
this game about
demonetize me.
murderers and
This week I'm almost giddy, my
Hey, just because this sequence literally has me going and befriending all the prostitutes in the city.
which Ezio would have done in his own time anyway.
Oh, he would have, yeah. He probably already knows half of them.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Isn't... Oh, I didn't
You're
actually...
back at base.
Yeah, I thought I was supposed to talk to someone here. Guess not.
You have to go make some friends.
Alrighty, I forgot this order of objectives. Alrighty, who am I going to first? Into the
I
thieves?
mean, I feel like that's obvious.
Yep, so that's gonna be right here. Yes, I have it memorized. Why?
Hey, no, hey.
You cannot pass these prices by. Stop. Have a look.
Already making money back.
Where's my money?
picturing that bit where Stewie beats up Brian. Like, where's my money? Hey, where's my money?
Where's my money, man? You got my money? Where's my money?
How much did he even lend him in the end? I forget. It was like a couple hundred, wasn't it? A good bit.
Yeah,
A lot for a baby to lend, for sure. Then again, he paid that one guy a couple
It's Stewie.
$1,000 a
He
week
made it-
to
yeah.
watch him sleep.
Yeah.
So, the canon in terms of his income is not quite clear.
I mean, once you have a time machine, I feel like income no longer matters.
That is very true. Now, I'd like to compare him. I'd like him to go up against Rick Sanchez at some point.
They've done something. They did an episode where Stewie used Rick and Morty's portal gun to time travel at one point.
I thought I remembered seeing like Rick's portal gun in an episode of Family Guy. I didn't realize that was
They
literally
did.
just that.
The whole episode was a giant Terminator parody, and yeah, just they used the portal like unapologetically, like they did the Family Guy thing where like they over-explained the joke, and he just pulled it out, and Brian just goes, "Is that the portal gun from Rick and Morty?" And then they threw out a dig that I didn't really get, where Stewie goes, "Yeah, I mean, they borrowed so much from us anyway, I figured it's time we took something back." And I was like, what has Rick and Morty borrowed from Family Guy?
I don't know. I feel like Family Guy was the more outlandish of them, of like these animated sitcoms for a while. Like when you compare it to Simpsons.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Oh, you
But
could
if
you could argue it's like this is Rick and Morty's like the next progression from that. But yeah, I don't know. I think that's a bit of an unfair statement. Rick and Morty is very original in and of itself.
It's unique is the thing. Like even if you're going with the they just like went the next level in terms of like being zany and weird. One, shows like Aqua Teen Hunger Force had existed like way before Rick and Morty, and that's way weirder than
what?
either of them.
What the?
What the?
Ah!
Oh, wait, I've seen this glitch before.
Let's show him some Borgia hospitality, boys.
Well, that's annoying.
Let's show him some Borgia hospitality, boys. Come on, you lazy dogs.
We need
We've
to
an
take a
assassin
lap
to roast.
after that one.
Let's show him some Borgia hospitality, boys.
Which I guess Rick and Morty's next season is starting in next month.
Let's show him some Borgia hospitality, boys. Let's kill this. Let's show him some Borgia
They did
hospitality, boys.
That isn't going well at all.
Come on, you lazy Borgia. Let's kill this slug.
This is really not going well. What? I jumped.
Let's kill this slug.
Am I gonna die in an Assassin's Creed game?
Come on, you lazy dogs. We've got a Borgia. Let's kill this slug. I will do whatever you say.
Good grief, there's so many more coming.
Come on, you lazy dogs. Come on, you lazy dogs. We've got a assassin. Let's show him.
Call me a lazy dog one more time. There you go.
Well, that is not how that was supposed to go.
Could have gone better.
But Mama didn't raise no quitters, so I finished the job. Significantly more people died, but that was a loss. I was
Such is
okay
the
with.
cost of the work.
Yep.
Anyway, yeah, new Rick and Morty season.
So wait, when does it start?
September. First week of September, I think. Surprised me because they're usually like a couple years in between seasons.
Yeah. I mean, so what season is this now? Because I think I haven't
6.
watched 6.
This is 6, yeah.
Whoa. Yeah, I'm really far behind. I think the last season I watched was 3.
Ooh, boy, okay. Oh man, I don't even remember what all happened in 3.
I mean, it ended, I think, with... Because 2 ended with Rick being, taken captive, I thought.
Oh, that's right, yeah, yeah.
The whole, 3 is the one where he kept morphing minds and saying, I gotta go take a shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Don't mind me, just... friendly neighborhood Ezio, just trying to climb this stuff. I think 3 ended with Jerry being welcomed back into the house and Rick being in the house, but like not having the respect of everyone anymore.
He wasn't the powerful. He didn't like own the family anymore.
Yeah.
Sounds like. Yes, because the season 3 had the Rick and the president fight, which was the first clip from Rick and Morty that I ever saw, and it made me want to watch the rest of the show.
Wait, really? Oh, I watched it before you did that. I watched that one live.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I saw that clip, went back and started watching season 1. It was like, wow, I don't like this, but I know that that scene was really funny. This show must get better as it goes.
Mm-hmm.
And I was right. Season one was painful.
See, I still liked season 1. I mean, it had Pirates of the Pancreas.
Well, yeah, I'm not saying like some of the episodes were fine, but just, I don't know. I liked it better when Rick got like more, when he wasn't burping every other word.
I would agree with that. Yeah, he was.
That was annoying.
A bit annoying there.
No, yeah, yeah. Also, this might be a hot take. I'm not as big of a fan of the interdimensional cable episodes.
Really?
I'm honestly not.
Yeah.
I prefer the later anthology episodes that they did.
Huh.
Like season 3, I think was Morty's Mind Blowers. And I really like that one.
I just love the random chaos of the improvisation.
Well, the thing is, it was funny to me before they acknowledged that it was improv.
Really?
For some reason, that just killed it for me.
Oh.
Because, like, I liked kind of having the idea of, like, okay, this is, like, a mix. Like, yeah, it feels improv-y, but at the same time, like, I can feel... It could also feel like, you know, they had a little bit written and then they just riffed off of that. Like, I like that feeling. And then when they just said, yeah, it's got a real improv feel, I was like, okay, well, now it's ruined.
Yeah. Been a long time. Like, I think the last time I watched Rick and Morty was whenever I was really sick one day, and I kind of just turned it on, and I was like half delirious, so it was not a good show to watch for that reason.
Oh yeah, no.
It is not a show to watch when you are not in sound mind.
Absolutely not. Yeah, no. You know, you hear people talk about like, oh, this show would be amazing when you're high. It's like that show would be terrible when you're high.
You'd have no clue what's going on. Anyways.
Welcome to the Rosa in Fiore, stranger.
Salve. Would you be kind enough to call the owner for me?
Madonna Solari is not in.
Do you know where she is?
Aiuto! Aiuto! Madonna Solari! Oh, Lucia, we thought you were gone for good. The men took us on a ship, and they released me, but she...
Who took you on a ship?
Slave traders, Messere, near Isola Tiberina. They want coin in exchange for her life.
I will get her back.
Oh. That's actually not a ton you need left.
Oh.
You're
Oh,
already
for the
pretty
money.
close to the amount that you need.
Oh. That's easy.
call me Donna.
Yeah, that man knows what's up. Walk away.
Just the rich people. Alright. I'm very subtle, as you can tell. Just very stealthily, just...
Every time you pickpocket the women and they're in those gowns, I just think of the scene from The Road to El Dorado where Chell pulls the dice out, and they're like, how did you get those? And where was she keeping them?
These rich guys. Oh, probably shouldn't linger. This is the game where they will punch you.
Oh! It's all the revenge for the homeless people you're beating.
I'm choosing only wealthy targets, okay? What's your pro? Oh, I'm on. I see why.
Are you like notable or?
No, but I was right in one of their dens.
Oh, did this game? Does Brotherhood have the notoriety?
It does. It's not quite as annoying as it was in 2, but it is there.
Okay. They've not gone through the beat that man up, tear off the poster, bribe that man.
Yeah, that'll happen. I think if you do
tutorial
the thief mission, they explain that.
Okay. It's funny to me how it's always the same 3 things. It's always beat up the snitch, bribe the.
Well, they changed it, and like I think it was very similar again in Revelation, but I think by 3, posters were everywhere. There was like newspaper presses you could bribe. I forget what the other. There was another. There were criers you could.
Yeah, beat up the snitch.
Well, no, you couldn't. You couldn't. There was no one you would kill. Low notoriety. There were criers you could pay off though, which they've had in these ones as well.
2222.
Well.
Oh no! Loot their bodies when you kill them.
Oh. So how did that work for you? How did that?
They work for the Borgia. They must have money. Oh my god.
And you see their armor, right?
Yeah, the armor alone must be worth. Wow.
Fairly ornate armor and fairly ornate weapons, to be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, really?
More banks.
They send Bambini to do a man's work.
I always do forget how cool the Brotherhood combat animations are.
Yeah. Mixing that and also mixing the ability to use a second weapon with it, like your gun. That was a very good choice. Check it out. Yeah, gentlemen, I'm just gonna walk right behind you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. Oh, you're way poorer than I thought you would be. You have nice clothes. Spend it all on your nice clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the poor people have more stuff than the rich ones. Or this is just all the poor people have, and the rich ones are taking out pocket change for the day. I don't feel bad about it.
I will be giving back to them in the long term.
Obviously.
A small price to pay for salvation.
Yes, I will use it to go and then immediately go to the brothel, literally.
Yeah.
Are you trying to impress me?
Alright. No, I can't pay for our trade. I had to save a lady.
Am I dreaming this?
Ponta Castillo.
Auru!
Too much silence. Quick, I'll pull up my Google recommended, see if I can find anything to rant about.
No, it's fine. I'll tell you what, we did talk about this a little bit. So if you were an... What do you think would be a good, like, tool for them to add into these games? That maybe, if they have had, they could maybe use differently? Or just, something totally different? If you were an assassin, what kind of tool would you think would be a cool thing to add?
So, the thing, this was kind of something that I mentioned, is everything that I could think of has pretty much already been used. The one thing that I thought could be implemented interesting would be a whip.
Hey, so...
Oh.
Ever played Assassin's Creed Liberation?
No, I haven't.
They got a whip. But no, see, that's fine. I mean, honestly, I would like them... I think anything from a whip to a rope dart, I would like them to re-implement, but use in a more... have more functionality for it.
I could see it being used in a, like, multitude of ways, like, for movement, obviously.
Yeah, the way that
like,
Ghost of Tsushima uses their rope dart.
Yes. A lot like that, but also do kind of, like, have you ever seen any of the ways that, like, Scorpion in Mortal Kombat uses it as kind of like a projectile weapon as well?
Hmm.
Like that, I feel like that could work.
Yeah. I mean, I know in, like... Because I think they're kind of following the same line, the rope dart and the whip. I wouldn't mind them using it in a way that, like, it's a main weapon to, like, disarm enemies. Because that means you can use it for... You can actually use it in a setting where enemies have guns more often.
Yeah. Yeah, I mostly picture a whip being in, like, if they did an Assassin's Creed Wild West game. I could see them putting a whip. And, like, if you put, like, weapon upgrades in and everything, you could unlock, like, barbs.
Yeah.
For it, so that it inflicts more damage on the enemies.
Yeah. Don't see me. Oh.
No.
This will not go as bad as the other one. I know it's supposed to be going over there, but while I'm here...
Yeah. Two birds, you know what they say.
Yep. And I will kill him without them seeing me this time.
Here's my other question about that topic with, like, weapons. Would you mean, like, in terms of, like, game design, what would I add? Or, like, if I was crafting my own assassin, like, persona, what would I add?
A bit of both. Let's leave it open, you know?
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh.
Oh, what?
I don't know why I fell.
Dumb.
I
But,
hate synchronization.
But I'll keep the whip. If I'm crafting my own assassin identity, then yeah, I'm adding the whip in. I'm also doing more, like, kind of. I'm gonna take a lot of, like, Japanese Edo inspiration. Like, I'm gonna throw, in addition to the hidden blade, I'm gonna have, like, kind of gauntlet spikes.
Okay.
Sort of thing. I'm gonna have, like, a lot more. My focus is going to be more on ranged attack.
Okay.
So, like, I'll have, like, throwing stars, bolas, capture.
Okay.
Slave traders are just like, what the?
That's,
What was that?
Hey, boss? Boss! But the tower exploded.
Shut up, I'm counting my money. Slave traders, why would they have that much money?
Are you here for the whore?
Aiutatemi!
I have your money. Let her go.
No! Take it up with Cesare!
Well, that was a mistake.
You
How-
know I'm still standing right here, right?
Let's see if you're gonna feel like this was a good idea. I just want to. So okay, so
So on
we
a
see
scale
what we
of 1 to 10,
what we got here is that you screwed up really badly because it took me 2 seconds to kill 7 people.
what we have here is a failure to communicate.
I made sure to kill him last. Can I pick her up and bring her back? Apparently not. Why'd they bother with the money part?
Yeah, really. Realism.
I guess they didn't expect to be coming up against a guy that could take on 8 people with no trouble at all. Which, in all fairness, most people could not do.
Oh, hey, check this out. Coming in September, there's an official Assassin's Creed whiskey.
I don't know what to say about that.
The 15th anniversary, Tennessee legend, who partnered with, I'm guessing that's supposed to be Anthem, Studios, straight bourbon whiskey, and then they're also saying a Black Flag rum and a Valhalla vodka are coming as well.
Okay, if it's Valhalla, it has to be mead.
Yeah, I'm not sure why vodka for Valhalla. If the rum, that's obvious.
Rum makes sense for that one. You could do grog for AC3, maybe. That was a famous song in the Revolution era. I don't know.
I'm surprised there isn't like a Unity wine.
Yeah, I was gonna say a wine for Unity or any of the Ezio trilogy would be better. And
Yeah.
ow!
Uh-oh.
I don't have any medicine, so I'm just gonna swap.
Punch the minstrel to be a
Oh
field
yeah,
card.
thank you.
Oh no, what have I done?
You almost made me. I forgot.
Flee! Flee, Bard!
You get back here! I might die here today, but so will you!
Oh, God.
I love how they all really just stand there.
Thank you, Father.
Thanks, bud. Glad everyone else hates them. It's so nice when the people come together and help me murder.
Oh, good grief. Oh, okay.
I'm worried. Okay.
This is a headline on an article from CNN. Okay? This is like, so, you know, major news network.
Okay.
The Choco Taco is not quite dead yet.
The Choco Taco
The Choco Taco
is not quite dead yet.
Yes. According to CNN.
I'm so glad we get to hear about the fate of the very average ice cream that you can find in every school cafeteria. I'm so glad that is picking up people's attention right now, you know?
I mean, it's not like there's anything more important in the world going on.
No. We need to. The people need to know about their Choco Tacos. It is paramount that they are following that. It is a story we need to keep up with. It is our duty as American citizens to be aware of the current status of the lunchroom dessert industry. Would you not agree, Lord Shep?
I would completely agree. In fact, I would go even further and say this is the kind of thing CNN should exclusively cover.
So, because Fox and CNN had to be on polar opposites, does that mean Fox is like a full-on like obituary for like Choco Tacos right now? Is that how it works? Since it has to be one, they have to be on complete opposites of everything, every possible issue.
Yeah, they're gonna like. I don't even Yeah, I don't know any of the Fox anchors, but yeah, we're gonna see an editorial in the next few days from Fox News about why the Choco Taco is now linked to all the major cancers.
Man, that's gonna be. I can't wait to tell future generations about what it's like living now.
Yeah.
Mother? Sister?
Ezio. Sir Machiavelli said that you might be here.
What are you doing in Roma? Has Firenze been attacked?
No, or rather, I do not know. We did not go to Firenze.
Why?
Ezio, we want to help.
I was trying to help you by sending you to Firenze.
Where is Madonna Solari?
She's dead.
Merda. Now, will we have to close?
You cannot close.
Lord Shaq, a woman
I need
died.
your help.
Messere, without
No,
someone who can run
yeah, no,
things,
but the
we're
fact that he's
finished.
just so
I'll
like.
do it.
You do not belong
She's
to
dead.
Gloria.
I know how to
She's
run a
dead.
business. I ran on Comerios for years.
This is different.
What alternative do you have, Ezio?
You do this, Claudia, and you are on your own.
I've
I
been
hate
on my
this
own for
arc.
20 years.
I hate this
Fine.
arc between them. Like, you should have
I
way more
intend
faith
to
in her
repair
by
the
now.
brothel.
Yeah.
This place is a real mess, and I want your courtesans to find Caterina Sforza.
You can count on us.
Like, this just seems really out of character for him personally.
Whatever. It needed at least one flaw. That
Yeah,
being an overprotective, untrusting brother. That's reasonable. It would make sense for him to be extra overprotective after given the rest of his family is dead. Not
Yeah.
wanting her to be caught up in this whole war between assassins and Templars.
But she's already caught up.
In a way, but she's never been actively putting herself into the line of fire.
Yeah.
Being in charge of one of the major sources of information, that puts yourself in the line of fire. Also, he might just be an overprotective Italian brother that doesn't want his sister to be associated with the
That's
partisans.
also true. That's also possible. Okay, real quick. Can we take a pause?
Yes.
I need to move.
Okay.
Okay.
Alright.
Alright, sorry about that. I had to take a quick break there for a second. Alright. Back.
To the architecto.
That just broke my knee.
Superhero landing.
I know in,
So
like,
look-
Assassin's Creed 3, if you land right, you can make it look like you did a superhero landing. Never... And obviously it hurts.
Like that.
Yep, but I forgot I still don't have medicine. Oh, they work fast.
Like, yeah, I was gonna say, well, like, so yeah, like, the sun and moon are moving, which means this is supposed to be happening in, like, in-universe real time. But, like, that doesn't make sense.
Oh. It's just an animation, I guess.
I know. Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry.
Welcome to the Rosa in Fiore. As you can see, the most popular brothel in Roma.
My money went well invested.
Here, I keep a list of the skills taught to my
Honey.
girls.
You're not teaching them much.
Think you could do better?
Nessun problema.
About seduction? Absolutely.
The Borgia make it difficult for Claudia's girls. There are several things you could do that would aid them.
I will keep that in mind. Anything else?
No. Ezio,
Did you find Caterina?
we are working on it.
Bene. Come to see me at Isola Tiberina with her location.
Okay, he is being a bit of a dick there.
Looks like Multiversus is the latest victim of the Discovery Warner Brothers merger.
Okay.
You know what Multiversus is?
I do not.
Basically, that's the Warner Brothers Smash clone that they made. Like, all the characters are IPs. So, like, they have, like, Superman, Batman, Steven Universe, Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
they
that
added
already...
the Iron...
Wait, so that's been just... Like, I thought that was already out.
It is out, but the first season of their DLC has been indefinitely postponed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I don't even know who they had slated to add into it, but looks like it's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Yep. I feel like a lot of companies right now are just kind of scrambling to figure out what to do just because Disney's taking over everything.
As like figure out what the alternative, figure out how to do their own thing without failing.
Yeah.
Well, and also with like the with the Warner Brothers thing, it's also just like so many things are changing like hands, and like people who run the things are like switching out anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Can't help anything either.
Its secrets will only be revealed through a careful study of the truth. But we have been taught
Like, obviously, I don't know a ton about like what goes on with corporate, you know, merging and takeovers and everything, but like, it cannot be easy to deal with.
Rosity already made a sketch for it.
Yes. Money.
Money. Don't eat money.
It is time to...
Who is this man?
He comes from Prussia. I hear he studies at Il Vaticano, but his words are unlike any that issue from that place.
Some may tell you to be content with Ptolemy's explanation of the heavens. His mathematical contortions of the spheres dancing around the earth. But why are such complicated numbers required? Perhaps to disguise a myriad of contradictions. You must question bad logic. It is why we live, to ask questions.
Oh crap, the Twitter police are coming for him.
The master wants all the scholars silenced by nightfall.
That's the most apt you could say about them, honestly. But luckily, I'm here to murder them, as it should always work.
Yes, as should be done to Twitter.
Yeah. That guy can take a sword to the face quite a lot, if I'm being honest.
Oh, here's three words that I don't think I ever wanted to hear put together. Taco Bell dessert.
Wait. So in the same episode, we're talking about the death of Taco Tacos. We're talking about Taco Bell desserts. How does this work?
Literally, I'm sorry. I'm just scrolling through my like Google recommended articles to see if anything pops up that I think would be funny to talk about. Dessert probably isn't the first thing to mind when you think of Taco Bell. While the fast food franchise's menu does feature 2 signature sweets, Cinnabon Delights and Cinnamon Twists, savory food is really what Taco Bell does best. Excuse me?
This is from the guy who who gets like a Taco Bell like 24 pack.
Well, wait a minute.
What's the size? I realize that's a bit hyperbole.
What's going on over here? Oh, okay, you had to talk. Okay, I was missing what it is. It's like, I think it's 12.
Okay.
No, it's not the. None of this is meant to say I don't like Taco Bell, but like savory. Is that really the word you'd use to describe Taco Bell?
No, I'd describe it as being there.
Yeah.
Look at that. If you were like trashing on Taco Bell, I'm like, get off your high horse, sir.
No, I'm not gonna trash on Taco
know
Bell.
you.
I like Taco Bell, honestly. The stuff I've had from them, I think it tastes good.
Their beefy 5-layer burritos taste very good. It will kill you, but you know, that's a happy death for me.
Between you and me, I'd avoid the 5-layer.
One who believes in freedom. Ezio Auditore da Firenze.
Ezio. They call me Niccolò Copernico. I have heard your name
I
spoken.
completely forgot this guy was in any of these games.
But now
I legitimately think this
truly exist.
this sequence from the game helped me pass a test one time.
Oh, really?
You think me
Understanding that he's the guy that really brought up the idea of the Earth rotating around the sun rather than the other way around. I think that was a question that like I actually knew pretty well because of this on the test.
Okay. See, I was always under the impression that that proposition was popularized by Galileo.
My fellow scholars?
I think
The
Galileo
logic of such a purge escapes
gave additional examples of why the Earth was round, using the shadow of the Earth on the moon. I forget exactly what it was though.
Okay.
That or if Galileo invented the telescope.
Let's do it.
Again, actually, it might not have been him that, because I mean, you could see that the shadow was round on the moon before that, so maybe it wasn't him that figured that out. It was him that noticed craters on the moon.
Take a back seat, Taco Bell dessert. We're looking this up now.
Yeah, the actual educational stuff now.
What was Galileo known for?
It was around the same time period as this. He was literally held under house arrest by the church, so similar storyline too.
Yeah. Yeah, first person to report observations of the mountains on the moons of Jupiter, the phases of Venus,
Okay.
the rings of Saturn.
That was it, yeah, because I knew he was the first one that could actually see it pretty well because of the telescope.
And his most famous discovery was the Earth revolving around the sun.
Okay.
So it's at least attributed to him.
Yeah.
And he was also the one who did the experiment with the two metal balls, right?
Oh, wait. It might have been just that the sun is the center of the universe, or well, the sun is the center of the galaxy.
Oh, the galaxy.
Well, the solar system. We'll get that right eventually.
Yes. Yeah. As soon we'll keep naming celestial bodies, and eventually we'll get it right.
Yep.
The center of the omniverse. No. The. But yeah,
That is not the way you run with a sword. I guess. I feel like in previous games he was literally like impaling his face.
He just did there.
Yep.
Yeah, the Galilean telescope, hydrostatic balance thermometer. What are these recommended questions that it says people also search for? Who discovered the sun?
Who discovered the sun?
Who discovered the sun? I feel like some guy who just looked up.
Well, probably someone that wasn't in Alaska.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, even then, it's still... Unless it's certain parts of the year, it's not like they don't get the sun.
What of the other scholars?
Someone that was not underground.
I can trust you.
How do you know anything? Knowledge gathering is a dangerous enterprise. Easier to stay in place, learning nothing, than to risk in order to truly know.
All right. Enlighten me.
Take these letters to the scholars. They must be informed of the threat to their safety.
The funny thing is here, this answer that comes up doesn't even answer the question. The main idea of the solar system was proposed by the Polish astronomer Nicolaus Copernicus, who said that the sun is the center of the universe and made the planets move around it in perfect circles. So, like, that doesn't even have anything to do with who discovered the sun.
Well, yeah, there's no... Unless it's like, I don't even know. Because obviously the sun has been the center point of most cultures since the dawn of man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That's right.
I was gonna work on it.
Do you not immediately have to take the letters to the...
It's not. It looks like it's a job you can do at later points.
It's just a second... Okay, it's just another objective.
Nope. Not... These games are definitely not really made for keyboards yet.
Me trying to navigate Google Maps. No, I don't want satellite view.
No. I didn't want to go to the street there.
Screw helping the Assassin Order grow. I'm helping my surrogate Leonardo.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. That art looks really good on PC. Like, I realize it's a game from 2010, but like from here, that looks pretty well. Like, they got a lot of buttresses there.
Even through the call, that does look really well done.
And Caesar, I think that is actually how you're supposed to pronounce Caesar. I'm curious where that transit. So, because it's mentioning Caesar and Germanica, I'm assuming that's an arch to Caesar's campaigns in Germany. But I also have no idea what I'm talking about, so I'm going to keep... Because it's very likely that's just they use that same inscription on multiple things in Rome because it's a video game and they can't afford to have different inscriptions on everything.
Yeah.
Once again, my recent interest in Rome has been bleeding into it.
Does Rise Son of Rome have a PC port?
I believe it does, actually.
That could be a fun one.
That might be. It's one of those cases, though, it'll also be a sad one because they didn't make another one.
Yeah.
Like, it's one of those cases you'd be spending the whole time thinking about just all the lost potential there.
I don't really get sad about that just because how much of that game was very much a tech demo.
Yeah.
Like, that was one of the Xbox One's launch titles, if I remember
Yes, it
right.
was, and it still, to this day, looks amazing.
It does. It's a good tech demo. But, like, I didn't think they made it with the intent of spawning, like, a saga.
Yeah, but I don't know. I wish there were more franchises doing historical settings as like a rule. Because I mean, now we got at least obviously we got Assassin's Creed, we got Ghost of Tsushima, we got Kingdom Come Deliverance, and that's it.
Oh, which one is Kingdom Come?
That's the basically medieval Skyrim.
Okay. Oh, is that the one that like, where like it an actual stat is how much like shit you're covered in?
Well, that's one of them, yes. Granted, Red Dead Redemption also kind of has that, but it's a very realistic game. I played it. It's very cool and a very neat concept that I'd like to see them grow onto more. Because it's the amount of work they put into the history of that game is insane. Like, I'm on the subreddit for it, and you'll see people posting about going on trips to the areas from the game because it is a 1-to-1 remake of it. And, like, visiting Ratai or Ushitz or Ledechko, and, like, visiting all the, like, the landmark buildings that are still there and still look quite like it. And
That
it's
is
like,
impressive.
That'd be so cool. That's, like, on the bucket list to do.
Yeah.
Okay, 3 minutes. What could go wrong? I can't see this going badly.
You focus on doing that. I'll continue to read this article about Taco Bell dessert.
Okay. Wow, we've really veered away, haven't we? We just keep jumping back and forth.
According to Forbes, the creation comes as a follow-up to Dessert Nachos, a previous mashup between the brands of Taco Bell and Milk Bar.
Hold. I know I need to be focusing, but Dessert Nachos.
Okay, they're about to describe them.
Okay, yes, please do.
Dessert nachos were served exclusively at a Taco Bell Friendsgiving event back in 2018 and consisted of Milk Bar cookies shaped as tortilla chips and covered with chocolate and vanilla nacho sauce with sweet and salty toppings including sprinkles, chocolate chips, and almond brittle
So
chunks.
it's just like cookies disguised as nachos.
Pretty much.
I don't like that. For some reason, I find that offensive. There's no reason I should, but I think I'm going to find it offensive.
The special dessert was such a hit that 4 years later it turned into an official partnership, ultimately resulting in the creation of the Strawberry Bell Truffle. Quote from Taco Bell executive chef Rene Pisciati, which is not what I would assume the Taco Bell head chef's name would be.
You thought it'd be something Mexican, didn't you?
I figured it would be like Pedro or something like that.
Wow. Let the record show just how Lorshak views Hispanic people.
No, I didn't think it would be something so Italian.
What, because Italian people can't enjoy Mexican food? Wow.
Enjoy?
You are the reason we are being held back as a species. Where the hell is this guy?
People like you are the reason humanity is still so divided.
Oh, found him.
This is from Copernico.
Thank you.
So,
that was
Strawberry
it?
Bell Truffle. Wait, really? One letter? That's it?
Yeah, I guess there's
okay,
a letter
there's
here.
more. Oh, it's just this over and over again.
Yeah.
So anyway, the Strawberry Bell Truffle. A one-of-a-kind truffle... This is a one-of-a-kind truffle is the friendship-fueled fruition of a concept made possible by a mutual dedication to innovation.
Wait, is this a quote from the guy?
Yes, that was a quote from the guy. Yeah.
Okay.
What does the Strawberry Bell Truffle taste like? Cream-filled, cinnamon sugar-coated donut holes are already pretty top tier for a fast food joint, but Taco Bell and Milk Bar's Strawberry Bell Truffle is next level. Taking inspiration from Milk Bar's fancy dessert selection and Taco Bell's bold flavors, again, not maybe the first word I would use to describe Taco Bell's flavor.
If it's bold, it means you got the wrong taco. If it's bold, it means you really got a plan for an emergency.
The Strawberry Bell Truffle features vanilla cake with chunks of strawberry. I hate this already. As described in the press release, the cake is soaked in strawberry milk, filled with sweet corn fudge, and coated with a sweet and salty layer of strawberry.
The guy just got shot.
Oh. Anyways, filled with sweet corn fudge, coated with sweet and salty layer of strawberry, sweet corn cake, and crushed up taco shell?
Oh.
Oh no! Oh, this sounds horrible. I was kind of into the cookie nachos. Those at least sounded interesting. This sounds horrible.
Like they threw just whatever they had left into it.
The dessert is currently in its testing phase from August 4th through August 16th, but if it performs well, which I expect it will not, it will be added to the permanent menu.
That's right. I feel like Taco Bell's changing their menu like every other week. Like they've had this habit of once I find something I like, they get rid of it.
Yeah.
I lived my whole childhood so happy, always ordering the double-decker taco. That thing was amazing. And then they got rid of it when I was like 21, and it crushed me a bit. I stayed inside for like 3 days. I mean, it wasn't related. I just did that a lot in college, but I mean,
yeah.
I was also not happy. And then I started to get the classic combo, which is it's like the beefy 5-layer burrito with one taco and a small bag of like those really dry churro things.
Yeah.
They weren't really that good, but like it was a good deal for a very low price, and I found that very good. And then they discontinued it. Like, why would they do that? Although I'm actually not sure how they had it, because it looks like they brought it back, but like kind of different. I don't know.
Yeah, it's worse.
Yeah, like the beef and 5-layer burrito is still there, so that's the important part. And then they got rid of the churros. I think it's the same price as it was, so they took some stuff out. But it's still a better price than getting the items individually. Anyways, point being, I felt like they betrayed me multiple times.
Oh,
but,
I felt that from Walmart.
But like a victim of abuse, I keep going back to them because honestly, I feel like someday they might change. And this just got dark.
I can change them. If I continue to support them, maybe they'll finally give back.
Yeah. It's also the relationship everyone has with I have with Ubisoft right now.
Yeah.
I don't support Ubisoft though. I just like a history franchise.
Yeah. I've felt that level of betrayal from Walmart and this is completely unrelated to the fact that I used to work there. Genuinely, I get the same deal. It's like every time I find something like in stock there that I like, I'll maybe be able to go a month being able to consistently get it. And then they'll just stop carrying it.
Yeah. It's always like ridiculously frustrating whenever that kind of thing happens.
Like, I'm a massive.
Oh, I've only got 30 seconds.
Oh, jeez. Like I'm a massive simp for Daisy Cottage cheese, and like there was like a period where Walmart did carry it, and they carried it pretty regularly. And then as soon as it became like part of my routine and I got used to it, they stopped carrying it. And I don't think they've carried it again since.
Oh.
I have to go to Giant Eagle, which the Giant Eagles in our area, at least the one in my immediate area, is very inconsistent in terms of when they stock stuff and like when they have stuff in. So even that is a gamble,
right?
Whether or not they even have it. So yeah, it's like I have to treat Daisy Cottage cheese like a freaking valuable commodity.
Yeah. Remember when I was at school and like Tyson chicken was half of what I was living off of, and like the only place to get it conveniently was CVS. But they'd only have it like once or twice a week. So it was like you had to plan around that, because Tyson chicken's invaluable whenever you live on microwave food.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, what was invaluable to me has always been Hot Pockets.
I've never really gotten into Hot Pockets. I don't know. They've never really done it for me.
Well, which kinds have you had?
Probably not too many. If you can recommend a really good kind for me to try, maybe we'll see if my life can be changed by the Hot Pocket.
I mean, me personally, I'll always recommend the non-garlic crusted pepperoni.
Okay.
Those are very, very good. But they're also one that like they are good when you microwave them, but honestly, if you can cook them in a different method, I would. Like they're probably superior if you use like a toaster oven or even an air fryer.
Right.
So I mean, that could also be part of it. Like you might be basing it off of like whether or not you microwave them exclusively.
I think I only ever have tried microwaving them, and then burning
Which
my
is
mouth
fair,
on them.
that's... Oh, yeah. But, like, if you...
Searing
if you ever...
pain of the lava cheese just shaping itself into my mouth and burning away the tissue. Pretty good.
Well, that... Go ahead, sir.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Well, that also might be, because I'm guessing you may have had the ham and cheese ones.
I might have.
Which, those are just bad.
Are they?
They are... No, they're not good at all. I don't like them. I've never liked the ham and cheese Hot Pockets. I like almost every other flavor that I've ever had. Like, the beef and cheese. Oh my gosh, those are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Beef and cheese. Oh, the meatball ones. Okay, scratch my previous recommendation. Try the meatball ones first.
It would take them a lot of work to get meatballs wrong.
Yeah,
but I'll give those a try. I should give that a try. This reminds...
Especially because, like, I think they implement the mozzarella cheese in a way that's a bit different than in the pepperoni ones, because, like, the cheese tastes much more distinct in the meatball rather than the pepperoni. I don't know why that is. I'm not really like I don't know, like, the science of...
connoisseur.
Yeah, I just know what I like, and I really like those meatball ones.
This is reminding me of a conversation I had with my coworker recently, who is in the Army Reserves at the moment.
Okay.
And he keeps talking to us about his MREs that he gets. He's brought one in occasionally. That let us try a bit of it. And he told us about what is widely regarded to be by far the worst MRE you could ever get, which is the creamy spinach fettuccine.
Oh no!
And the way he's described it, I am genuinely curious and want to try it just out of a morbid curiosity. Is it that bad? Like, when I say this, I mean within easy access to a toilet. I'd want to try this. Like, apparently he described it as, like, whenever they're getting handed out their MREs, they have it so that if they have extras, the people who got stuck with the creamy spinach fettuccine get a chance to trade there. And I'm not being stealthy. Hide. People. Okay, this is fine. He said there's like a whole bit of meta information about which ones are and aren't good.
I've seen a bunch of YouTubers doing, like, trying MREs.
Like I think I know Markiplier tried a couple of MREs from different countries.
Markiplier tried them. The Game Grumps just did a video dealing with them.
There we go. That's not how we go. Ah! There's something interesting about MRE, just like, it's impressive, but you know that's still also, like, terrible. Like, they make them alright, at the best. But it is a step above salted pork and hardtack.
Yeah.
As someone who has experience with both, I will say, you can't get much worse. Although hardtack could be worse.
What is that?
Hardtack it's basically, it's like if you make bread, but you make it as, like, tightly as possible. Like, they pack in so much flour into one little piece of bread that it is, as you can assume, ridiculously hard.
Yeah.
But as a result, it keeps, like, endlessly. Like, they're still finding hardtack from the Civil War that could still be eaten.
Oh no.
Yeah, that stuff.
That's horrifying.
That stuff lasts. The way it's made, it won't rot. There's no, like, room for any, like, bacteria to get in. So it's something that you can have on the march, and it's not like a 17th, 18th century thing. The Romans had hardtack even. It was a pretty standard military ration for thousands of years. But it's not the worst. Like, it tastes like just a hard cracker. The way soldiers would eat it is they usually, like, pour it, like, dip it in coffee or something along those lines to kind of soften it up, and that would work. At the most recent event I was at, they issued a bunch of it out, and the way I would do it was they also issued out like bits of brown sugar. So I would dip it in the brown. I would like kind of bite into it a little bit, get a little moist, dip it in brown sugar, and just eat it that way. And honestly, it wasn't bad. My jaw was killing me at the end of the day, but this has been your fun history fact from Scribe.
It honestly, unironically, sounds like the lambus bread from.
In some way, because I mean,
Lord of the Rings.
because they packed it so tight, each thing of bread did have a decent amount of calories. Oh yeah, it kind of was like that, if I'm being honest. If we're, like, being objective about it.
Yeah.
Time to buy this whole town. Make some money. That's one of those things that got me interested in Rome again recently, was comparing what I knew from Civil War reenacting and like comparing how they did things back in those days, like over 2,000 years before, and realizing it really isn't all that different if you look at it objectively. Like, soldiers were issued a lot of the same kind of gear that served a similar function, just out of different materials and obviously in some ways more primitive. I don't know, that kind of looking at the practical reasons why changes were made in like historic militaries. That's one thing that, I don't know, that grabs my interest very well. And if there are any other of you that are listening to this that agree with me, there are dozens of us.
Rise up, we are not alone.
No, literally, like, I like nerded out when I learned, like, just about the way that Romans would carry their gear. Like their version of what a backpack would be.
Yeah.
It's like, only someone, like, really nerdy about this kind of stuff would actually care about that. But for me, it's like, oh, that answers that. That answers a lot of questions I've had.
Yeah.
Like, how do they carry all their stuff? I mean, if you're going to be marching a long time, you need to have some stuff on you to actually survive.
Slashing. Reveal your family pride with my fine raiment.
I always assumed they just had, like, servants.
I mean, in some ways, like, wagon trains were still regular, but, I mean, if you want to be able to move fast, which that's why a lot of medieval armies did do it, where they basically had wagon trains and they would, like, have a certain amount of, like, mules and, like, pack animals to carry gear. But if you wanted to be able to move fast and move on, just be on the march and just be moving by foot, men needed to be able to move on their own on campaign. So having these sorts of self-contained packs could make or break an army.
Yeah.
That's why whenever they actually started to do that, I think it was in the 1st century BC, when they were dealing with invaders from the Germanic tribes before Caesar. They made these military reforms, which I think did a lot to help them. Just the ability to move fast with a more professional army. What does Rome need more of? Thieves' dens, mercenaries, brothels. We all know the.
Must we ask, yeah.
Yep, that was 10 minutes of unsolicited history. From someone who acts like he knows what he's talking about. Keyword acts. Okay. I think there it is. So here's a question. Do restaurants like McDonald's and stuff still do like toys for kids anymore?
McDonald's does.
They do? That used to be such a big part of going to McDonald's as a kid, was getting the toy.
Oh yeah.
Like that's what they would advertise. They put work into those.
They did, not so much anymore.
No.
Like they basically nowadays all just boil down to bobbleheads. Bobbleheads and wind-up cars. That's pretty much all it is.
I think a lot of just because kids nowadays don't play with physical toys nearly as much as we did. Like, I don't know about you, my number one toy when I was a kid were Playmobil. I had a large set of them. I would do so much with them. I'm assuming Lego was a big one for you.
Lego was a good one, and also, die-cast, like...
Oh, die-cast?
The little cars from Cars.
Oh.
Like when the Pixar movie came out, they did like the little like toy versions of all the characters. Those were a big deal for me.
Okay.
Like anytime I saw a figure of like oh, Chick Hicks with the Dinoco paint on. Yes, please. There's a 17 variations of Mater. Gimme.
Remember, I like
this was just when the first movie came out. I don't even know what they did. I got out of it by the time the second one was out.
I remember having a bunch of like different colored action figures from it was just Batman from the Batman show.
Yeah.
I was big into Batman back then, despite the fact I knew very little actually about Batman. It just was cool.
Yeah. No, I had a lot of I had Justice League figures as well. Like, I think I have the whole original lineup. Yes!
Come in! I'll kill you if you don't.
Bartolomeo.
Wait here. You have to meet my wife. Basilea! Basilea! Where is she?
He looked 3 feet around the room.
Check behind the table.
Oh, Ezio, you dog.
Here she is.
Lieta di conoscervi.
Charmed. Truly.
Now, we talk about war.
How was the fight against the French?
Bene. My men are holding their own.
Machiavelli seemed to think things were more difficult.
You know Machiavelli.
Abbiamo bisogno del vostro aiuto!
Scusatemi. Throw me Bianca.
Not even in the sheath?
Let me get straight to the point. The fight is not going well.
The video game
We've
sheaths
been
don't
attacked on
exist.
both sides. Borgia on one, French on the other. But know this. The Borgia position is weak. If you can defeat them, we can concentrate our forces on the French front.
I think I know a way to help. Thank you for disclosing this to me, Madonna Dalviano.
It is the least a wife can do to help her husband.
Those two are, I'm just gonna say this now, those two are such couple goals.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, if she could deal with how loud Bartolomeo is, she's good.
I know she's a keeper.
Yeah. And I mean, as long as she's accepted that she is always going to be second to Bianca.
Yes.
Someone stop their leader before he gets to the tower!
Oh.
This was difficult. I swear, in this one episode, I've liberated half of Rome.
Yeah. Ezio does in like one afternoon what it takes. I think we said that in the second game too.
Yeah, like
Ezio
I remember laying really hard
war.
into Antonio because of how useless he is.
Oh yeah, because he was so useless.
I think I just did. Okay.
The only good thing about the Antonio segments was Rosa.
R.I.P. Yeah. If it hadn't been for Sophia, I think Rosa would have very likely been like the main female character.
Yeah. I forget about Sophia a lot. Everything about Revelations, it's one of those, like, I remember,
like, the ending.
whenever I get recapped on it, I'm like, oh yeah, this is really cool, it's good, and then I forget about it almost immediately.
Well, Revelations is kind of a really mixed bag in terms of, like, Constantinople was honestly one of their more boring cities, if I'm being objective. But it's also got some of the best moments in the series just as a whole because of the way they handle Ezio at the end.
Yeah. Like, I forget that, what is it? It's like Emperor Suleiman?
Suleiman is the son you help out.
Yeah.
I think it is
Emperor.
Emperor Bayezid is in charge. Is still in charge, the Ottoman emperor at that point.
Yeah, I forget that Suleiman is a character, and he's another historic figure, right?
Yes, he is. I think he's I think he's in charge of the Ottoman Empire in Civ 5 or Civ 6.
Who? Could he be a servant of fate?
I don't know enough about him to say, to be honest.
Random non sequitur.
And that's kind of a. If we're going to be opening that up into Assassin's Creed, that's a can of worms.
I'm not going to try and open that can of worms. That's just a random thought that I had. Like, oh yeah, Suleiman, Ottoman Empire. Yeah, I could see that being in one of them. But yeah, no, believe me, that could be its own entire episode.
Oh, absolutely.
Just the assassins as fate servants.
We'd also have to try and explain the fate servants to people. Oh god.
Yeah.
I can't even do that. So there's the show that exists, and that's about all I can give them.
Basically, picture the Hunger Games, but with magic and historical figures.
And then add like 700 more elements to it that they never really explained too well, and then you got the Fate series.
Yeah. Then add hours and a lot of dialogue.
And plenty of characters that you have to explain that you're watching for the plot because of.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a screenshot of I don't even remember which character from the Babylonia.
Mm-hmm. Is it the one that looks?
She looks like Reen.
Yeah,
I saw a picture of her and I was like, oh.
Yep.
Oh my. Okay.
Some of the series in the Fate franchise are really good. Some of them very much show their anime.
Yeah. Some of them handle fan service with class and with poise, and some of them handle it like Sword Art Online.
More cans of worms I don't want to open.
All the cans of worms and.
Ezio, we sent those luridi codardi running for the hills.
Yes, we did.
Now that the Pope's dogs have fled, I will be able to draw more men to the fight. But first I want to reinforce our barracks.
Who will take care of this?
I'm no good with these things. You are the educated one. You approve the plans.
Va bene. But in return, I need to know Cesare and Rodrigo's every move. Can your men keep track of them for me?
Of course.
I don't feel like it's that hot of a take to say that Sword Art Online handles fan service badly.
I agree with you in pretty much every part of that phrase, yes. Holy wow.
Okay.
They build that up quite a bit, and I didn't pay like any money.
That's not even a reservation. That's like a whole new building.
Yeah.
Isn't she a thing of beauty?
I figured they would remaster it, not remake it.
More men join us every day. It has become very competitive.
Oh god, there's another can of worms.
As you can see, this board shows the ranks of our top
Why are
warriors.
they remaking Last of
Prove
Us?
your skills, and you will move up the list.
Shouldn't I already be at the
Bunny!
Yeah.
If you're looking to show off, we also have fights. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got money on this match.
Where is Bartolomeo?
At the fight downstairs.
He has such an aggressive view of the world. However, strategy is equally important. Take these carrier pigeons, for example. Each one sent from Machiavelli
I can't get rid of
an
them.
important Templar in Roma. Eliminate
Put them in
them,
the box.
and you will
Take
have
them
more
away.
of an impact than a battle.
Drop them in the river. Why am I French?
Can you ask Bartolomeo to come
Drop
see
them
me
in
at
the river.
arena
You must
to
throw
report
them
about
into the
Cesare and
Tiberay.
Rodrigo's whereabouts.
He will be there.
Alrighty. Well, that honestly seems like it's not a bad place to call it for today since we're hitting about the 2-hour point.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, once again, thank you for joining me, Lord Shack.
Of course, of course.
Dear viewer. I gotta workshop ways to address
dear viewer.
Dear sweet viewer, my love. Everything. What was that? Is that too much? That too much? You think?
Maybe a little bit.
Dial it back. Okay. Dipshit. Thanks for watching. No, that's not it either.
I thought you were talking to me.
Well, now that I have thoroughly alienated the 2 people that watch my videos. Thank you for watching.
You alienated the one guy who doesn't like to get attached, and you alienated the other guy who doesn't like being insulted.
Darn it. Oh well. Well, if you did stay around, thank you for watching. Have a good one. Check in next week for the next one. I don't know if